Hello, boys and girls. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David? Now, today, excuse me while I adjust my microphone. Um, as you may have guessed by my T-shirt, we are working on the BF 109A. Yes, we are. Now, where we are at, you will see is pretty much the cockpit. We were doing the photo etch. I do have a couple of questions I need to think about here. Yes, I do. But we'll get onto that in due course. Now, look, fun fact, when I move, oh, hey, Batsman, how you doing? When I move, because where my computer desk is currently, it's sort of like in the, yeah, I'll actually have the camera on that side of the desk for reasons that are numerous and complex. Alrighty, we all know the drill, peeps. Actually, about 10 minutes ago, I had a moment that was not so much with the caffeine as, oh dear God, I had the whole down the wrong pipe, in whatever the correct way of wording it would be, for my throat. No fun at parties. It went right. It was a pretty savage case of it too. Anyway, camera comes around. I remember I've become aware. I was unaware of this for many years, but I have become aware that a remarkable number of people don't like clowns. I find this interesting. When I was a kid, I used to like clowns, but a lot of people are quite terrified of them. One person I know postulated, not without some case of or some validity, that to her, it's the mere fact that you can't actually see that their faces are hidden. You can't actually see what they're thinking. Anyway, this becomes relevant because the is, of course, the textbook circus clown music. And now this becomes relevant because, excuse me for a moment. It was indeed a less than optimal way of waking up there, David. Anyway, yes, I do it. Now, the relevance to the, aside from the me trotting out the, whatchamacallit, yes, the whatchamacallit, the music is that I used to share, I do a very good Pennywise, I'm told. And I used to share a house with somebody who was quite alarmed by clowns. Fun fact, I've come to the conclusion, because I was just painting the inside of this and I was thinking about painting that part there a different color. I'm not going to in the final analysis. Yeah, just thought I'd share that with what I'm talking about here. Anyway, I'd been giving him a bit of the proverbial wind up. This is part of the vent, and what I was going to do was just paint that inside area to that point, and then do the rest of it maybe a chassis black. But I've given it a bit of thought, and they're more likely just to do the whole lot. That's my theory, and I might as well as airbrush in that color. That's my theory. Excuse me, I've got an itchy ear. Can you hear me now? I think it might be that in fact, I can almost guarantee that yes, you do. Yeah, I had a strong need to empty my nostrils, and I put you on mute, and that's all well and good to save you the sound of what is sometimes mistaken for the attack of an aggressive moose, or sometimes heard a flock of geese or whatever. But it's always a good idea to turn the microphone or the mute off. Forgot to do so. In which case, I'll very quickly explain what long and the short of it. We're going to put our seat belts, those seat belts on. We're going to attend to this. Once that's dry, those seat belts are dry, we can see about painting on any detail that's required on the seat belts, putting these in. While those two seat belts are drying, we can start attending to those. And what I'd also concluded was that, as you can see, because we really need to do then is put in the dash, the floor, and then we're up to here. And then from 10, there's not really a lot to do because we've also, give me a moment. Oops, sorry guys. Of course, detailed our engines to a fair degree. So we've saved ourselves a bit of work there, and maybe a few tidy ups, but yeah, you get the idea. Now. So I'll pop them over to there. Here's our photo etch. Inconvenient. The guns I was looking at using as the 109 guns have been cranked they've fallen over and not looking so healthy. Now, there's our seat belts. Now, boom. Boom. And finally, boom. That should be there's what I'm working on. Come here. We are out. All right. One. Now I'm going to need to blow my nose. Hopefully I'll remember to turn the bloody mute back off. I have remembered. Jolly good. Now, what I'm going to do is give you a quick bit of a zoom out. There, so you get a bit more of a picture of what I'm doing now. Our parts here. Doesn't really matter with which we start. Put the lid on that. Crystal clear is here. Toothpick. Thus. Now, give me a moment just before I go on. Yep. I'm just having a look at how those little side bits go. Okay. Right. Okay, I see where we got to go to. Now, is that? Oh, there's our pencil. Jolly good. If you're wondering what I mean by our pencil, you will see directly. About there we go. All right. Now, the pencil. The magic pencil. I remember the days of playing rugby and you had the magic sponge. Basically, it didn't, excuse me a moment, seem to matter what the injury was. People just magically applied this wet sponge. And apparently it was the panacea of all ills. And miraculously, it would work. Get off of my toothpick, damn you. There we go. Hang on a moment. That's not at the right angle. Or more to the point, the correct angle. Need you in a bit. There we go. Now, and to stay on would be advantageous. Goggles required. Give me a moment, guys. Right, you. There we are. That's where I want you. Now, what we've got there, again, we'll be requiring paint. There, that one's in. Now, the other side. Once that's dry, I will fold that over. Alrighty. Now, next, strips of daisy. No, we're good. All right, it would be this piece of photo etch. And then we are well on the way. Yes. To getting this assembled. As I said, I think my bigger issue may be that once the seat belts are in and dry, will be ultimately getting them painted, because that's going to be very fiddly. But what's a man to do? Now, deedly. Yeah. Well, that one's come out very cleanly for us. I actually heard the click, click very nicely. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Now, we won't be needing any more photo etch today. So we'll pop that over to there. We will get a mouthful of coffee and hopefully not really choke ourselves to death. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, next. Now, let's see. There we are. That's what I want you. All right. Now. Actually, this is not the last of the photo etch now that I think about it. That is not a problem. Toothpick. Might as well just get my goggles on while the going's good, hey? You can see this coming like a bloody freight train. On you go. And don't give me that nonsense. You know you want to go there. Get off. There we go. There we go. Now, yeah, maybe just... All right. So we got them. Yep. There. We're going to let them dry. Once they're dry, we can fold them over. Then we'll paint all the seat belts. Now, next, oops, sorry, pop the microphone. We shall, let's see how we're traveling on, excuse me. Here we go. Now we've got the wheel interiors here done. What we can do, and they have funky little bolts in them too. We can do them. I'll show you that then when I'm in due course. Wheel stems was something I wanted to have a good look-see at, have a goosey gander at. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Wherever I put them. Rob. That's the guns, or it was. That's the other seat. I reckon I know where they are. Yes, I do. Give me a moment and just scan. They're not directly, if they're not in front of me, they're with the P51B stuff, is my guess. I might want to put this blade in its cover, mightn't I? Because I do seem to recall that I had them on a plinth. If they are not here, that's almost certainly where they are. I'm just going to quick gander. You know what else we could do? Oh, here's something else. Rear wheels. They can have a bit of fun magic done to it. No, I do not have the wheel stems on a plinth, for they are here. Right, well, let's do a bit of work on them, shall we? Let's shall. Now, first things first. Oh, hey, Doctor Doc, how you doing? Now, what I want to do first is two little bits in the middle here. Now, give me a moment, and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing. Now, I should, oh yeah, we're good. And I'm going to zoom it all in. Right, oh, that's, here we go. Now, as you can see, we've got all of that green, and that's going to be a Cark Black. Before I get onto the Cark Black, which I may as well, that little nut there, in fact, if I can get you, hang on, maybe I can even, right, that's, hang on, right. The nut, I'm going to do oily steel. You can, or the air, there's 2 points there. That inner circle is going to go bronze. The outer area is going to be oily steel. By that, I'm talking about in there. Boom. Now, I am thinking, I do, it's true. Do I want to go bronze first? I do. I think I should go bronze first in this and then go around the outside, around the outside. Now, likewise, let's have a look at this rear wheel as opposed to the rear window. Aha! Now, give me a quick look at this. And we'll make some decisions on a few bits and bobs there. And then we shall do some of them. And then we shall... All right. I see what we're going to do there. We shall indeed be utilising a bit of bronze and a few bits and bobs there. All right. Let's do this, boys and girls. Now, first up, bing. Grab this. Now, we look for oily steel. That's gunmetal grey. Ah, a gel oil. If that's not what I want, that's not what they want. Oh dear. Yes, I shall stop. Now the colour I seek. Is that my acrylics? Yeah, das ist my. Actually, it wouldn't be das. It would be that. It would be. Now, you know, I actually don't know these yet. Boom, here we go. That's the colour I seek. Bronze. Now, up, in we come. I'll take my gogs off for a moment. Therefore, they are not the most comfortable things in general. Shake, shake, shake on the paint. Now, give us a bit of a serious going over. Now, tomorrow, not that I'm close to winding up now, but tomorrow we'll get onto the Boss Mustang. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I have objectives this week with regards to the fighter aircraft. That is, I want those fuselages together. At the end of the day, the situation for me, in part, and yes, I'm looking down the track. These I need to move in just over 2 weeks. So there we go. Now we will do in due course, we will do our usual trick of painting the top of that. And in fact, I'll just do that now with a roughie. Get that done and dusted, because it's only a question of rinsing in water. That is one of the benefits of acrylic paints. Now, there we go. Right. Can you believe I'm even particular when I'm doing that? God damn, boy. Take a chill pill. All right. Now, for those little nuts. Ooh, oh, wow. I can see we've got quite a lot of detail to add on a few bits and bobs here. This we shall now do. We'll do a fair bit of that whilst we're waiting for our photo etch to dry. Then actually, once I've got the bronze on, that's actually a straight Family Guy line right there, from the Tan Aquatic episode. Stewie gets sunburnt, and he, of course, as his burn diminishes, he becomes a tan sort of a thing. He's out catching a few rays, and Brian comes out, trims there. What are you doing? Just getting my bronze on, baby. Now, now this is where a very crisp brush like this little number will come into its own. And what we're doing here, give me a moment. Where have I put? They're not under here, are they? No. Looking. Soon finding, trust me on this. Or maybe not. Where have I put? Here they are. We'll pop them over to there. Grab these. Now, all I want to do here, it's a very tiny detail, but can look really cool when it comes up. In this instance, it's just there. That's it. A little bit more. When I've gotten the other one done, I will zoom you in so you can see what the point of this is. There is a point, believe it or not. Now, here we go. Sorry, I thought I felt something underneath the cardboard here. As it would turn out, I'm wrong. And there we go. Almost. Now, on this one here, it's not quite or sticking out quite the way it marks. I've been a bit clumsy with the green. This one's probably a better one to give you an example of what the plan is. So I'll show you that one. So what we're going to do Right, there you go. Now you can see how I've highlighted that nut. The lock around it is going to be oily steel. There we go. So it's going to sort of highlight that. That's the plan. We're going to let that dry first, of course, and we're going to do that, something similar on a small part of the rear wheel, which is here. Come here, you. Whoop, zoom out. Now, next, we will go here. Do something similar. There we go. Eins, zwei. And you know, it's actually probably entirely appropriate I count in German in this circumstance. There we go. Now, all right. Alrighty, now I'll give you a zoom in on that. Then we're going to have a look at this, how the photo etch is traveling. Now, in this instance, all I've done is just try and get it the right way up, shouldn't I? Hey, I know. Got it, I reckon. Yep. Oh, that one hasn't come. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why. There we go. Now we'll be doing. Actually, I might even nail that with a bit of bronze, just because. There's just the. Excuse me a moment, chaps. Yeah, boom. In fact, yeah, decision made. I'm gonna. There's a little spot up the top there you may have seen. I'm going to hit that with bronze as well. And then we'll check this seat out. Or the photo etch out, depending on how that is traveling. We'll fold them in and keep working on that. Now, there's the bit I was after. There we go. There we are. Right, so what I've done there, give me a moment. Very minor thing, but it's just one of those things that I like to do because I think it adds a little bit to the whole scenario. Now, give me a moment. Here we are. There's two things I need here. And then, now, in that instance, the only bit I added there, I'll just get this out of the way. I'm not going to be using acrylic paints for a brief moment. Oh, it could, depending on. Anyway, in that instance, all I did there was added. You can actually see it quite clearly there. I hit that with a touch of bronze. When we added the actual tire color, that should look quite cool. I'll be happy with that, I reckon. Now, so we pop that over to there, I guess, for the time being. Let's see how we're traveling. How's this paint, this glue looking? Oh, here we go. All right. Let's see if we can just... now, I should put some glue here. It's going to be a little tricksy, as always. I don't want too much. But I don't want too little either, obviously. There we go. Now, what was the first one we did? This one, so logically that should be dry. It's going to go into, let's follow its angle. There. Well, actually, I've got some on there. That's fine too. All right. Now, hopefully, we can. Very good. Right, let's repeat the process, and then I'll give you a zoom in. Then we're going to let, actually, from there, because it's already dry there, we can start looking at, actually, no, I'd rather do the paint side of that once we've got those on, then get the little bits in. No, it's not going to be too hard, I don't think, to do the painting. And based on how quickly that lot dried, this will be okay, you know what I'm saying? One thing I will do in advance, once I've gotten this in, is oops, that one's not bending as nicely. But give me a moment. Goggles. We might be all good in the hood. And oops. Now we are going to need to do some painting, as I said, but that's actually all in position. Good. I'll give you a zoom in. Yep. So now that that's there, we are going to have to paint that, but that's less of an issue in my eyes. It's a bit annoying because I did already have it painted, but what you going to do? Yep. Now we'll let that dry. It won't take too long, I don't think, for us to, in fact, I don't really, oh, that's what I want. Yeah, we'll let that settle for a bit, just because if I'm going to hit that with paintbrushes, you know. Now, next, while that's drying, grog's off. Now, next, zoom out. Now we've got a few options here, and I think I have spotted a couple. All right, or at least the couple. Something that we can do a bit more quickly, perhaps. Give me a moment and some goggle and look with my goggles. Yes. There's quite a lot we can do here, kids. All right. And in fact, the green needs redoing anyway. But we're going to do a bit of work on these wheel stems. I suppose the question I can pose is, if the green needs redoing now, do I wish to do that now? Because, okay, here's what the story is. Here's the story. And no, it's not of a man named Brady. Oh, dear. Going to TV show references. Cheesy TV show references. All right. Now, that's the green. And as you can see, that's going to need a bit of tidying up. These lower areas here, I'm going to do, you can see there's a few bits and bobs there. Amongst them, I'm going to do some dark grey for the suspension and a bit of a look. I'm inclined to think they're probably doing the green, because that's going to take longer to dry, is probably the go. So we'll do that. Because all the acrylics, I'll use acrylics for the rest of that. So, All right. And while I'm mixing the grunt, what I will do is I'll also mix. Here's something else we can consider, our canopy decisions. Anyway, what am I looking for? German khaki. That's German grey. Chassis black. Of course, it's aluminium dummy. Then what's the grun? Grun is over here. Boom. German khaki is out somewhere. Give me a moment. German olive, that's what I was using. Alrighty. And we're going to go shake, 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 shake. No, seriously. That's actually that little ding, 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 ding. It was a first time I heard that. By the end of the afternoon, I was wanting to tear the living throat out of the people causing said sound. It was a thing from a pokey machine. The first time I was exposed to these, I was working as a security guard. And yeah, ding, ding, ding. And it's like, for fuck's sake. It's just an annoying. And the amounts weren't like it was jackpot. It was just like there was a little tuna played. Terrible things, pokies. I assume you have them over in you definitely have them, because the one-armed bandits, the slot machines, I believe they're called in the US. Yeah, of course, a lot of people to lose a lot of money because of the way they're run over here. Settle for lives have been ruined. Now, other thing I can consider with doing the grun is I may as well, give me a moment, these are both quite well mixed now. Where have I put? There, and I might as well do the insides of these, because I'm when they're in position, it will be easier to airbrush, I would suggest, the hole. Because otherwise, I'll show you. Well, you get the idea. This is the vent. They will go on. Well, what I'm going to need to do is get the inside that color, but of course, it's not going to be so accessible when I'm airbrushing. So why don't I do it now? Oh, I am. Who would have thunk it? Now, what do we have here? Oh, it'll do. It's not that bloody hard, big boy. Now, once we've gotten the grunt on, and you know, I can probably, oh no, what brush do you go with? We're going to go with, I reckon this is a Mr. Citadel job. Citadel is, well, I've only got one Citadel brush and it's really good and I really like it, and it's so good for being able to cover both area and still get quite crisp. So what we're going to do, we'll go for the crisp approach first, being, excuse me, these wheel stems. And then, and in fact, there's a few little bits and bobs we can get stuck into here. Now, goggles I will need just to get to the exact spot that I want. Now, good people, what we're going to do is get a bit of paint in our brush, who would have thought, and into there, down. I might bring it up, down. That's probably a better view for you. There we go. I want to go a little lower than that. There's a nut there. There's a nut just there. I want to keep that open for a bit of colouring. You know I do. Now, and there. That one, I might as well show you once I've got them both done. Hang on. And then we've got in fact two other little bits here that need to go on. And all need to be done in this colour. Oops, gone a bit too far there, that's okay. Actually, no. I think that's probably fine. What I need to do. Oops. Yeah, we'll come up on this one. All right, now I've been a bit clumsy on some of this, but that's okay. Let me see my bit of cardboard. So what's going to happen here? That's probably a cleaner one, so we'll show you on that one. Okay. Hang on a moment, for God's sake, really? Now, these lower areas, we're going to do some oily steel and some dark grey for the suspension. And if you look, you'll see there's a few little sundry little bits. Like I've accidentally hit, there's a little button thing there we can paint. There's like a little cuff thing here we can maybe do a bit of work with. We'll see about that once they've dried. Now, other bits I need to attend to, I'll show you them first without the paint, and we'll get onto them. In fact, give me a moment. I might even have done already, I don't know. No, I haven't. These. They fall into the category of small things that I prefer to do off the aircraft, because a lot of these really small, delicate bits I put in after the main painting. Or at least I tend to. Yeah. Now, so we'll just slip them with a bit of paint. All right. Done. All right. Now, what was the other bit I wanted to do in this color? That was it. Just finishing the insides of these. The reason I'm figuring this is because, or this will be frequently when you look at your car vents, the front of them is actually the color of your car. You have to go in a bit before you start seeing any change of color, and that's where this piece will ultimately go. It still needs a bit of oil effect on it. Anyway, and then it's a bit academic. Now at the back, it's much the same sort of style. We do have a piece we need to paint as well on that front. You can see the difference between where I painted, where it's the first coat and the second coat. Wow. All right, now, and this, and actually there is a bit of photo which I need to paint in this color. But as I'm going to be doing potentially some more photo etch cutting, I might just wait on that one. Maybe not. Let's see, where is it? What I could do. I'd certainly do one side, couldn't I? And then, if we're not going to be doing that photo etch for a while, so what we can do, this is the vent flap at the back. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why they just didn't use a plastic piece for that, but there we have it. Now, all right, done. Clean brush. I hope you saw what I was painting there. It's just this little bit here. Boom. And while I'm here, the other bits I did just then. Boom. That's actually just the insides of these are the vent covers, like I said. Just making them look nice and pretty. Now, clean brush. And I reckon we can get onto those seat belts and tidy them up a bit and make them look pretty. All right, clean the brush, as I said. Now, grab that. There we go. Alrighty. Now, get on there, damn you. I ask you, what sort of knees bent advancing behaviour is that, eh? Eh? Next. Now, yes, and well, I think too, we go. Come here, you go. Out of this one. Oh dear, this one's stuck in. I'm just going for a bit of paper to. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that one's ruined. I might as well use that piece of paper then. Jesus. Actually, I might be able to salvage. There we go. Yeah. And what? Wow, look at that. Splatch. Now, all right. So, yes. German olive, you reckon? Give it a bit more of a shake. All right. And you'll go with maybe this one. No. Maybe this one. Any green ones? Doesn't look like it. What the hell's with that? There we go. That's a grey, actually. Doesn't matter. Now, let's come on. There we go. Now, there are a couple of other bits in this colour that we can attend to in due course with this colour. But our first priority is the seat belts. Now, this will require goggles and another very crisp brush. I might even go, we'll go that one. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's do this. Now, just so you've got a slightly better view of what I'm doing. It's probably, oh no, there we go. There we go. One. Now, once these are tidied up, we can probably get a bit more done on these small bits that go on the side. Now, next, there we go. All right, we're getting there, guys. I'll give you a zoom in once it's done. It's not actually that hard, I don't think. Maybe. Oops. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Okay. Pretty happy. Almost there. Yeah. Cool. Alright, just a couple more lines and then I'll zoom in. It's been, there are still a couple of touch-ups to do, but they will be in actually natural steel, I think. Now I just need to go. There we go. Looking good. A little bit more into there. Yeah, getting there now. All right. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Right into there. There we go. Last line. And then I can zoom in on the seat belts. And that's kind of cool to think about all on its own. Almost. Almost. For those who are unaware, the almost is a Family Guy reference. There, Peter talks about polite British porn. Now, I've seen some British porn. It's no more polite than any other. But at the end of the day, yeah, their whole parody thing is you've got this couple going for it, and the big line is almost, there we are. Anyway, jolly good. Anyway, now, what we got there? Oh, there we go. I can maybe even. So there's our seat belts on it. On our chair. Alrighty. Now, at least the bronze is covered over now. No, that bronze colour. Next, in this colour, what I would like to do very quickly is these. They go on. I'm not quite sure what function they serve, but they go on the engine. All right. Now, there we go. One. I will give you a zoom in on these. It's nothing too exciting, but I will give you a zoom in. And now this one. Alrighty. There we go. All right. Now what they are in this instance, these go on the side of the engine. And what I've just painted there is just them, which is them. That's it. All right. Now, next, put them over to there. Clean brush, goes off. Hang on. Now, excuse me a moment. Now, There we go. Clean that brush. Ding, 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 ding. Now, next. We shall. Yeah. Slip. Now, you. Bam. Okay. 52 and 49 go on the chair right there. And then we have 42 there. Okay, let's look for 52 and 49 first. In fact, I know where they are. I know where you are, man. Now, when I've got all of that together, I'm not going to go straight into the fuselage. I'm going to let that dry. Yes, I am. What I could consider is putting the dash in. But first, let us... I remember now. Got to remember goggles. Just got to need the goggles to see which one's which. Now, 49, 52, and 49 goes on which side? So it's 49 on that side. Alrighty. Let's have a look at this parts go. Alright. This is another one that would benefit from a bit of crystal clear, I'd suggest. Now again, 52 goes on. Alright. Alright. Now, sprue cutters. Sprue cutters. Here, these are the ones I'm after. The small sprue cutters. They go to there and gotcha. We gotcha. I think. Now where'd you go to? Oh God. I dropped the part. It's a very small one, but it could not have gone far. Oh no. Hang on. No. Is it? No. Hang on. Goggles off. That's a bit distressing. Now, I can consider putting the other one on, worrying about this later. I can't find it. Oh no. Shit. Shit. You know what I could do? I'm going to give this a burl. Give me a moment. Let's see if I can. It's not allowing me to hit the flashlight, which was an idea I had to find the piece that I have just dropped. Shit. That's less than ideal. The one thing I can console myself with is that it's unlikely to be noticed. Hang on, let me just have a bit more of a rummage around on this desk. No. Now, that's not to say that it is lost forever. So what I can do, potentially, got this one, I think. Yeah. So how small are we looking for? That's our size, is it? Of the part we're looking for. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right. All right. Chances of spotting that are remote. I am going to, like I said, give it one last scan. It's particularly hard given that, of course, I'm on this whole stack of dark stuff there. I'm looking for a black part. Hang on. Go you, Rob. Go you. All right. Now, there's both our parts. And you know, I'm just going to check something out. I reckon I may be well advised. Yep, that'll work for us. Now, I know that one is 49, which goes on that side. Alrighty. Excuse me, I'm itchy ear. All right. Now, as I said, we'll go for a bit of the crystal clear on this one. And then, once these are on, part 42. And indeed, we're starting to get right down to nitty gritties. This is good. This is very good. Now, give me a moment. Now, there goes a bit further forward here. Out there, I believe. All right. And bam. Oh, that's a bit good. Maybe raise that a little. Give me some. Get my goggles on. And one. Now, where's the other one? Jesus, almost lost him again. Yeah. Two. Pick that up. Whew. Mouthful of coffee. Then we'll get that in. What's our next part number? That's very fiddly. 42. That'll go in. Yes. Yes. We're making... now we're getting places with this, you know. Oh, yeah. Let's hear it for caffeine. Now, crystal clear. I'm actually pretty happy with the progress we've made on this today. Because on the whole, we've gotten quite a bit done on it. I tend to be more focused on how much progress I've made on a kit more than... Oh, that's a bit of an author's angle. More than anything else. If I've made good progress, I am, on the whole, happy. Oh, bam, go you, big boy. Nailed. All right. So what we have there, and I'm not quite sure what function they serve. I don't care because the parts are now on. Bam. Yep. There's those little handle things there. The bit of crystal clear still to dry. Yeah, you can see them sticking slightly out into the side of the chair. There you go. All right. Oops, sorry. I'll zoom out. Now, $42 and $38 and even, you know, man, we are getting places. Okay, 42. Let's have a look for that, shall we, kids? That is this one, I think. That's 40. 42. I see. And they have it that way. Okay, yep. I got it now. That way. I reckon, actually looking at it, I'd be better off putting the yoke in first, because that's in there. Then this bit's to the side. This goes there. Easy. All right. And here is our yoke. Oh, and they're very clearly defined. Give me a moment. Even the... there we go. Yep, nice. I'm prepared to bet that will fit in nice and easily. Oops, a daisy. Just bopped my... Please tell me I didn't knock anything off that. No. Yeah, winning. Now, whew, getting a lot done. But it's, yeah. Staying focused for this long can be tiring. Not tiring is the wrong word. Where the hell did I put the yoke? Jesus, just trimmed that off, put it down. Oh, hang on. I'll spot it fairly easily, I'm sure. Found it already. Excellent. Now, this, I'm more inclined to go this because I can. Yes, I know that's the same reason that, oh dear, I think we might need to, not helpful. Wonder if we're going to need to put the lighter across this one. Answer probably. If it starts playing up, I'll get another one onto this. Hang on. No, we're good. What I actually should do with this one, I'm going to put a drop here. Put the lid on there. Grab this that way. All right. Boom. It's all coming together, kids. That's a bit. There we go. Yeah. All right, we should probably let that settle for a bit before we get our next part in, because it is, I know, yeah, well, I feel a bit more better, a bit more secure about that if I do that. We'll zoom out a bit. Now, next, we shall see about getting the dash in, I reckon. Oops, that's not the bit that has the dash in it. This has the dash in it, I think. Here it is. Now, now, how many more bits do we need to complete the cockpit? 42, the foot rests, and these bits of photo etch. Robin. What I'm inclined to do is get this dash in, and then maybe call that. No, we'll see how I feel. I'm inclined to let all this stuff that's on that cockpit area settle down. I really am. Because a lot of it isn't fully dry yet. We can nail most of that out very easily. I'd suggest the next time we come round to this and probably put it in position. So I'd say it's maybe, if I can get it, when this will happen is either we'll get the fuselage together either of Friday or Sunday. I would suggest. I know today is Sunday, but well, this year. Next Sunday, the fuselage will be together. That is a happening thing. Now, but in the meantime, let's get this dash in, shall we? Now, what I might do in this instance, we're just going to gently rock this forward. Come on, come on. There we go. We're going to put that at a straight 90-degree angle. Wow, I just pushed my finger right onto a bit of photo etch and just stayed there and took my shit. Good on you, photo etch. Love your work. Now, this, I would say, I'm just going to confirm. In fact, I know what am I confirming. There's something we can get stuck into. Canopies. Canopies. Rawhide. Oh, wait. Well, that can be quite a mind-numbing experience too. Give me a moment. Hang on. Ah, yes, and it goes right there. Right here. Yeah, as I just... What was I even needing to clarify? I've done so many 109s that I shouldn't even need to think about it. That just then... Anyway, just tilt just a little that way. Stop that. No, it's silly. Now, and then I wonder if it'll just not quite. The eternal dashboard dance. Look, at the end of the day, let's just put a bit of glue there, big boy. Now, we want to go, hang on. Yeah, we want to go into there, don't we? All right. Come here, you. Actually, you know what I might do, even? You know what I might do? Oh, there we go. Not quite, but there we are. Very nice. Exactly how it should be. Oh, not quite. There we are. Bing. Dashboard in position. Boom. So that's certainly going to help things along. All right. Now, you know what? It's part 42, isn't it? Yes, it is. I know which part it is from memory. All right, and that's going to go there. All right. If I get part 42 on, we could then consider, now where do the footrests go specifically? Right there, I would suggest. All right. Now, in the meantime, 42, which will go right there. This has got some really sweet detail on it, I've got to say. All right, let's do it. I can do this. I can do this. This is 42, I believe. I'll just confirm that. Yep. All righty. I must say, both this and the... oops. Just went to scratch behind my ears and knocked my microphone off. Sorry, guys. Both this and the P51B have really delivered on a whole new level of detail that you can achieve on 1:72. It's good work on their behalf. Come here, you. Now, let me just make sure I've got my angle right on it. All right. That way. So, this is going to be a bit tricksy. That's going to go up that way. And there's that I don't like. I'm going to want to paint that, I am. Yes, I am. So, I would say we're going to go splitch. Give that a bit of... Now, that is German field grey. I can confirm that. I reckon we can still get the footrests in. I don't need to pour any of the German field grey out. I can just use what's in the lid, I would suggest. Where is the German field grey? Is the next salient point. That's German grey. That's dark grey. Pardon me. That's dark grey. German field grey. Wo ist der? Schwarzgrün. Nein. Deutsches Feldglau. That sounds right. Felt, plain. Now, we may as well just put the footrests in, because I reckon this one I can easily put in with tweezers. Maybe even with my own big clod-hopping hands once it's done. Once it's fully ready. All right. Where are they? They are here. I can see exactly where they go. Jolly good. That's actually a really good looking seat and stuff at the moment, I've got to say. Pretty chipper with it. So come here. Now with this, we should be able to get all the paint we require. Off of the lid here with a bit of luck. In fact, there's no real luck required. We just go bam. That's enough right there. There we go. Done. Now, splitch. Now, footrests. clean brush first, Robs. Now, then my next port of call will be are we clean, are we? Yeah, you wouldn't have thought to get too dirty in that little process, would you? Next, footrests. Now they are here. Oh, when they've done the same thing to us. Cats. That's got me grumpy now. Well, not grumpy, that's the wrong word. But you know, well, there's an easy way around that. Now, the footrests are actually black. What we'll do, much the same sort of maneuver, but we'll just grab some black. Again, I'm being probably being a little more pedantic than is really required. Because you know who's going to see those footrests? Actually, you know what? On that basis, I'm halfway tempted to go be damned, but I just can't bring myself to do it. No, I can't. We're going to pop those into there. Black. Can't help myself. Okay, yes, I know that in Spanish, and indeed I think Italian, negro is black. Of course, once upon a time, black was the term used to reference, well, people who were once called Negroes and then African Americans, and now generally the term to cover a broad spectrum is people of colour. Which brings me to the question, is this a paint of colour? Sorry, I'm being pedantic. Not being pedantic, I'm being smart-ass. It gives me a hobby. Now, I'm just having a quick gander of this, making sure it's not leaning anyway. It is a bit, just a touch. Come on, you can be nicer to us than that. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Now, actually, there is one other thing we can do before a wind up, and we will. And it's a very small. Yep, we can do. We will do. Because it's just a small thing that requires a bit of concentration. I don't want to go all out on some stuff. I just want to go and do something a bit. I was estimating the ease. We'll see how we roll. That's them done. It's just those little white bits where the sprue connects, you know. Now, my next port of call was... That was it. Yes, Roy. We can clean this brush. And then we can certainly hit some, put the suspension on, actually, no, that wasn't one. Actually, there's a few things we can do now that I think about it. Now, oily steel. So, next, Our wheels are there. Got jolly good. Come on. There we go. Now, goggles. Nice crisp brush for the occasion. And here we go. Give me a moment. There we go. Just a bit more paint required in the brush. Come on. Now, other side. There's going to be some tidy ups required. That's okay. It's all very normal in that regard. All right, I'll give you a zoom in shortly. Actually, what I might want to consider with this, give me a moment. Well, before I zoom in, I may as well. I've already put the green on that, haven't I? We'll let them dry. But what I did just then, and it's a very small detail. I'll give you a zoom in, and then I'm going to wind the stream up, I reckon. We've made some good progress today overall, though. Now, what we did just then is... let me just put this away to there. Get this out the way. And... right, cardboard to go behind. Bam. Now, I've gone a bit clumsy there, but you can, where it's, I'm going to have to tidy up some of the green. Probably a better one. I reckon this is the better one. The idea is, you can see the bronze nut. Hang on, the reflection of the... got to get the angle right so as you're not getting just straight gleam. There we go. That's probably as good a view as we're going to get. Now, hopefully what you get in the concept of there is that we've highlighted the nut on the wheel whilst maintaining the green. And, of course, now we go for the tyre colour around it. Hopefully you can see that. Hang on, let's go for a few angles on this. Trying to find out which is the best way of presenting it from a... because sometimes you're getting a bit of reflection there that you're not... either way, you get the idea, I think. I hope. Now, things we have done today, just so as y'all can see. Y'all, I can really say that. Y'all. But there we go. Now we've tidied up these a wee bit. Just to make sure that they don't have little bits of white where the sprue bit was. We've got our dash in. Actually, I might just zoom out just a little. So we've got our dash there. And as you can see by where the sighting mechanism is, it's right in the middle. It's perfect. Happy with that. We've, well, as I just showed, painted our wheels there. Or our wheel rims more. What else did we get onto? We did a lot on the actual cockpit seat, or the cockpit area, including painting some of these the seat belts. We've got we've got a fair bit done. There's a couple of little tidy ups, but she's not looking bad. Yeah, so I'm confident that maybe one, maybe two streams in next week on the 109, and we will have the fuselage together and maybe even the wings, and I will not be unhappy for that fact. Alrighty, now we'll zoom, make sure it's all the way out so you don't get a close-up of my noggin. All right. Well, that's me done for today, guys. I do appreciate your watching. Trust me on this. Would a face like this lie to you? Now, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday over here. And tomorrow we'll be on the Boss Mustang. We're making some really good progress at the moment. We may even do airbrushing. This we will find out. Make decisions on, we shall. What I want to do mostly is get all the hand brushing done and then airbrush everything that needs airbrushing. Thanks, Bassman. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it's coming along, David. It's getting there. It's look, let's face the reality. You're never going to get perfection in a scale model, but then the actual aircraft that we built or that we're building replicas of, they weren't, that's manicure level. You know what I'm saying? They looked a bit rugged, so that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. Now, as I said, tomorrow we'll be on the Boss Mustang. I'll be on a similar sort of a time, I'd expect. Pardon me. I might aim for a bit earlier, see how we travel. It's all a bit of a maybe, maybe not. Anyway, at the end of the day, what I usually make a suggestion for is let you know about other platforms if you're unaware of them. Now, first-time viewers, hit that follow, like, or subscribe button anytime you're ready. Sooner is preferable. And if you want to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. We know the words, kids. Do I need to spell them out for you? Do I? It's follow, like, or subscribe. Now I'm done. And of course, all that I can really say now is that I'll be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you guys then. Yeah, no worries, David. My pleasure, mate. And hopefully I'll catch all you guys tomorrow. See yous.